two bowls here to show you. I have a little bit larger bowl that I would put a bowl inside of a plastic bag like that. So you can build inside of a plastic bowl with a plastic bag like this. Or you can take newspaper strips, and the reason you take strips is if I took one piece of newspaper and tried to smush it in this bowl, it wouldn't work. But when you have strips, it takes the form of the shape of the bowl. So this would prevent you from getting the plastic lines on the outside of your bowl that you would get from the plastic bowl. But this is actually easier to keep wet because when you're done, you just close the bag up around it. So whichever you want to do is up to you. So I've already squeezed out some coils here. And the reason I say this is a nice quick project is because you're literally trying to work with the clay before it dries out. Let me move this down. I just realized that was upside down. Okay. And remember when we did our coil project before where you kind of roll a coil and smush it down? I'm going to smush that in there. Now this is pretty thick because I want to do this quickly. You can do thinner coils, but the first thing I'm going to do is push that into the bowl. Now, as you're building, if normally you would score and slip, but I'm not going to do that because my clay is so nice and wet. As I'm working, I'm going to push it into the bowl and into the clay. So whatever you do, whatever design you choose to do, and I'm suggesting give it some negative space, meaning some holes. You can see there's space in there. Just experiment and play. You could just go around and around, and one of the bowls over there, you should look at the examples I have, kind of go around and around. But for this, I just want to show you if I want to do like a scallop design, I'm going to push that. So if you look here, I started my first level, and I want to smooth it. I'm just using my finger because the clay is nice and wet. Now if I continued this tomorrow, it would be harder to add onto it because the clay is going to be a little bit more set, which is why I'm suggesting trying to get this part done in one day, and then the second day spend your time cleaning up. So I'm just going to keep adding designs. In the past, I've had students do sketches of what they wanted their design to do, but the problem is that prevents you from being experimental, and it makes it more stressful because then you're trying to make it look like something, and I don't want you to do that. So I'm just going to keep this attaching. And the last thing, and I purposely used a small mold here so that this would go quick, but you can do a large bowl if you want. There's larger bowls back there. And as I work here, I want you to think about the lip. So the lip is this top edge. Let me smooth this here. I'm going around and making sure the inside is nice and smooth, but keeping the spaces, the gaps. And now I'm on my finishing top. What I don't want to do, I don't want to leave a gap here because what will happen is you'll end up getting a crack there. So I'm going to smooth that. You can have a soft lip, meaning like it's bumpy, but I still want something to finish it off. So I'm going to go ahead, almost like a pie crust. I'm just going to squeeze that around. So I want you guys to play. You can do like random, snaky designs. Just try to keep your coils consistent in thickness so that as the clay dries, it dries consistently. And make sure that you always smooth the inside. So now when I'm done, let me just do one more here. Smooth that. When I'm done, tomorrow, if I leave this with a light plastic bag on top, tomorrow what I can do is take it out of the mold. I'm just going to show you. And this is my bottom. So now this clay has taken the shape of my bowl. But again, I want you guys to take your time. I'm going to go ahead and smooth some of this together tomorrow. But that is pretty much it.